Good afternoon, spirits. In today's session, I'm going to seek spirits at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale, California. There is known to have many resting famous souls. So if you are famous and you want to have yourself be on this session, just say your name, and I will kind of make it easier on me, because ideally if you were famous, you would have the famous tag. So if I do the famous tag and your name doesn't appear in the list, I'm sure you do reside there. So if you are indeed famous and you reside in this Forest Lawn Memorial Park Cemetery, I have an app called Spirit Talker that you can put, again, your name and maybe what you were famous for and anything else. But again, today's session is for famous people who have passed away and reside there. I'm going to hit the Spirit Talker, and my tools that I have here for you to use, which you're already using the EMF meter, that's the black device. These clear balls, which I have an additional one now, it's the one with the heart and the love. That's for you to tap, and it lights up. It's harmless for you to use. There's even one on the chair which is getting blurred because I guess the lighting, but it is there. So if you are famous, let's see if you want me to find you and find a grave. I am Detective Lazaria, seeking spirits who are famous at Forest Lawn Memorial Park. Sorry, I have to already drink water. And I don't know if I'm going to have to put the viewers in blackout mode to turn on the light. But if they say anything regarding being weak or needing more energy, I will have to probably do that. But I was just trying to use the original daylight as my source of light. So if you need me to turn on the light in the back, Edmund. So Edmund, if you're famous, I do have 3 Edmunds that are famous. Here are the 3 famous Edmunds. We have Edmund with a B as last name, Edmund with a G for last name, and Edwin Henshaw. So there are some famous people with the name Edmund. I'm not sure which one he is, but I'm just gonna display all 3, which I did. So they all have photos of themselves, portraits. So if you guys want to, you guys can click on the links that I'm going to share on the description of this specific cemetery. More likely you'll have to probably just type in Edmund and hit the famous tag, I don't know. But there they are. So let me just see what they were. So for Edmund with the last name B, he was 64 when he passed. He was American motion picture actor of the 1910s, 20s, and 30s. He appeared in the Max Brothers Duck Soup, and that also Treasure Island. He died of whatever that is.
7.
And here is his 2 spouses. 7. Maybe there's 7 famous spirits already here. And so Edmund with the last name G passed away 68. Again, he was an actor, author, director, composer, playwright. He was a lot of things. So if you want, he's got a big biography that I'm not going to read. But this is how long it is, just so you know. So if you want to have fun reading about him, you can. And his spouse is Marjorie. I was wealthy.
I was wealthy.
Which makes sense when you're famous. Well, this might be him. The one that just said I was wealthy. I mean, considering what he did. Or was, being an actor, an author, director, a composer, playwright. He must have been very wealthy. Here's a quick picture of him. So yeah. And then last but not least, the other Edmund Henshaw, who also has a picture here that I'll show briefly. I'm not able to show all of them for too long. He was 71 when he passed away. Sorry. And his spouse is Ida, child is Howard, and then his parents are David and Emmeline. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, there's 7 family members, and maybe that was him saying that. He was a U.S. congressman. Oh, well, that's also wealthy. Yeah, there you go. So we got some famous people that were with the name Edmund. So I'm not going to be able to do all of them if they have more than 3. It's going to take too long. But if they do happen to have a name and it's, say, 7, I'll list them. But I'm not going to be able to read what they were. Or maybe I will, but it won't be like showing everything, like pictures and family members. So thank you, Edmund, for coming through. And I do believe that there are many spirits, 8 now.
8.
Oh. Wow. So maybe there are, I don't know if this is like letting me know there's more than, there's 7 spirits that were coming in that were famous. Now there's 8. All right. So if there's one more that came through, again, if you happen to be famous in the Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale, California, and that's where your resting place is, the living?
The living.
Oh, so there's 8 people in your family that are living still? Is that what you're letting me know? That maybe somebody in the Edmund family still has 8 people that are still living? Well, I bet you they're very well taken care of with the welfare that you have gained over time doing what you did. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah, it might look weird. So what I'm doing is I'm recording a session with spirits. Again, if they are famous, from the Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale, California, if they're able to communicate with me. So I might look tacky. Again, holding a device that's filming with a bunch of weird tools to use for spirits. So I do apologize if it looks tacky. I'm not going to be famous, but I know that there is one particular person that's my viewer that wants me to try to communicate with famous people, so here I am, attempting that. And again, it makes sense. I am wealthy. That makes sense. And there were Edmunds. So what I do is basically there's the tag, famous, and then I just type in the first name. And 3 popped up for the first name. So that's cool. And if you need to gain any energy, I do have a lamp on, which is to the right of me. If you need to gain energy, just go there and come back and then utilize what tools I have. And if you need more, feel.
Feel.
Feel. Are you feeling these devices? I mean, it did say the living. And then it said feel. Do your relatives that are still living feel you around them? Do they sense that their beloved ones that had passed are still with them? Where am I? Oh.
Where am I?
You're in Detective Lazaria's bedroom. But if you're here, you're able to communicate to many people that might be watching this in the future, which is in a couple days. So if you have any messages, especially if there is anybody who's living in your family, you want to say anything, you can. I know it looks tacky, and I do apologize. Photos?
Photos.
So yes, I did show some photos of some famous people that were with the name Edmund. I didn't really show Edmund. I don't want to butcher these last names, but Edmund with a B. So again, can't show them for too long. And also, my guess is also these people that were famous probably were being bombarded by paparazzis with cameras, getting photos taken of them. It must have been very hard to live through that with some group of people with cameras, making those flashes in your face, and you're just trying to live a normal life, especially after ending your famous career. You just wanted to live a normal life before you passed away, and they're just like up in your face. So I do apologize that happened, but that is one of the downsides of being famous. And I don't know why, but my camera, oh my god, right before my camera went zoomy, then it went, I think someone just tapped my capel and the camera was trying to pick it up. Awesome, thank you. Who's this? But seriously, were you trying to get in the camera? Maybe they like the camera. Were you actually okay? Blight.
Blight.
Blight? Is that like how he passed away? Liver disease? Could have been. But again, I've been filming this and it just zoomed in and out, and then the capel in the middle activated. So it's like a spirit really did come through. Whoa, that's awesome.
His.
Blight? Wait, are you telling me to look up Blight, the last name? There's nobody with the last name Blight. But maybe somebody did pass away by having that disease. I don't think it's going to work, but I'm going to type it in the bio. See if that comes up. No. I don't think Blight is a name. No. I do apologize. I don't have anybody who I can try to find who has that issue with the blight, and it seems like it's a he. So maybe a he. Oh, maybe it was one of the Edmonds that passed away with liver disease. So I'm going to do a quick so blight is a plant disease, typically one caused by fungi. There's also other things, but for people, maybe? I remember it was something to do with liver. A person or situation that's fairly destructive in their lives or hopes. That's what that means.
Trust the man.
Trust the man? So maybe what they're trying to tell me is blight can refer to something that destroys or ruins something else, such as a person or a thing that ruins another's hopes or ambitions. I was mentioning about paparazzis. Maybe that's how they felt. But there is also a disease called blight disease, which maybe not. Maybe it's another thing. I don't know, I felt like I've read it somewhere. My biologize hurt?
Hurt.
Were you hurt by any of those paparazzis? Were you pretty much ambushed by a big crowd of people with cameras trying to get a photo of you? And maybe your family? When you were just trying to go out? Even just to go to the store to get some groceries? Did you get hurt? Or did the industry hurt your feelings? Did they hurt you? Because I know that people who work in famous industries, they tend to get hurt by the bigger, higher uppers because they're being so controlled by those trying to say, you're not gaining enough attention. You got to do this. You got to do that. And you might even be, unfortunately, ABUSSED, if I spelled that right, by those people. Some, unfortunately, especially women, were SA. Donald. Well, there is got to be a Donald that's famous. That's an older name. Oh, Donald Duck. Sorry. Because, again, Walt Disney, he does reside there. But there are 6 Donalds. We got Donald, I'm just going to say the letter of the last name. Donald A. I'll just show it to you. Donald A. Donald, I can say that.
Record.
Crisp. Yes, I am recording. Okay. Donald Douglas. Donald MacDonald. Interesting. Donald Parkinson. Donald Stewart. So here's the last few. So there are some Donalds that do reside there, but there is also, funny enough, a very popular person named Walt Disney who resides there. If you want me to show you real quick, because I was just thinking Donald Duck. So if I do Walt Disney, he does reside there. And I know he was wealthy. So if we get Walt, then I'll know it's for sure him. But so for Donald, where's my body?
Where is my body?
Well, it just depends on how you were put to rest. If you were buried, then your body resides at the Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale, California. If you were cremated, you're probably in a mausoleum or a vault. And again, you also reside at that forest lawn. Unless the ashes were spread to the family and you just happen to have a plaque. And it's doing that zoomy thing again. And right when it did... Abigail? And right when it did the zoomy thing, my capo went off. So, Abigail? Abigail. I do have no Abigails. No Abigails. Why don't I have an Abigail that's famous? You would think that's an older name and there should be a famous person. Huh. Is Abigail maybe somebody who was a spouse of Donald? And you're trying to narrow it down? No. So for Donald A, he looks like he was a musician. Okay. He was one of the Addrisi brothers. A lot.
A lot.
There is a lot of famous people here. See, right there. A lot. So for this situation, oh shit.
Eat shit.
Okay. Is this Abigail upset? Somebody's upset. Interesting. So Donald A, he was 45 when he passed away, and he was a musician. Here's a quick picture. And then we have Donald Crisp, quick picture. And then he was 91, lived a long life. He was an actor, director. Okay. Donald Douglas, he was 40. He was an actor. He was also Scottish. And his photo is this. Donald McDonald. He was 86. And he was an actor and director of the silent era. And here's a photo of him. Not very much on that, but there's a photo of him. Donald Parkinson. He was 50. He was an architect. And here's a photo of him. All right, last but not least, I believe. Are you an investigator?
Are you an investigator?
Here's Stuart. He was 45. And he was a screen and radio actor. So I'm not really an investigator. I'm more like a seeker. Seeker to the spirits. Wanting to know about famous people that have unfortunately passed away and reside in Forest Lawn Memorial Park. So I can't say I'm an investigator. I'm just a curious person that likes to know about the afterlife and trying to communicate with spirits. And somebody did activate my cat ball in the very middle, and just prior to that it did zoom in and zoom out. And as you can see, it's not constantly doing that. So I have a feeling when it said photos, and then I think maybe they're okay with having photos, even though I feel like sometimes, having to deal with that up in your face constantly could be a little bit annoying, especially if you're just trying to go to a simple errand to maybe the store, where most people probably want to just grab a coffee. And I do believe that their living relatives are very well off. And I applaud that whatever you did to make yourself famous, I applaud you for Andrea.
Andrea.
Andrea, hey! I got a cat ball. Andrea? Okay. Andrea, you must be famous. Hi, Andrea. Oh, or not. If you are famous, it didn't put your name, but there are 51 Andreas there. They just didn't put her unfortunate famous tag. I'm wondering why that is. Oh, shoot. Somebody's very active on that cat ball. I'm trying to look for you, but I need more clues. Maybe they didn't tag you on the famous tag. I'm assuming maybe you're... Are you Andrea Lewis? Doesn't mention anything about... I mean, there's some cool photos of them. So here's a photo of the Lewis, Andrea Lewis, but I didn't mention that she was famous. But she does reside in the famous cemetery, so that does help, right? You must be somebody that has somebody that was famous. Or you just had a lot of money. And there's a lot of Andreas. You are limitless? Thank you.
You are limitless.
So I do apologize that I can't go through every single one of the Andreas that are there. But it did have Abigail. I'm putting Abigail as a middle name. Oh my god. I didn't even think about that. So there is a Abigail in the middle names. And there are 40 that are listed. I'm looking for the tag of famous, but I don't see it yet. Well, she doesn't seem to be listed as being, what do you call it, famous, but her name is Harriet Abigail
14.
Haiti Taylor Story. This is who she is, and there's a lot of photos of her. I'm wondering if she was famous, but they didn't unfortunately put her down as being famous. Otherwise, she kind of looks like a teacher. Maybe she was a teacher? So she's married to Charles David Story. But again, they don't have anything related to having the famous tag. So I can't, and there's no bio or anything. So I do apologize. And you're saying 14? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, there's a lot. Or maybe Abigail's letting me know she's 14 years old. I don't know. Somebody definitely likes the capital in the middle. All right. So again, there is a list of 1,117 supposedly with the tag famous. But that doesn't mean that's all there is. There could be ones that weren't tagged. Or maybe they didn't get the reputation of being super famous.
I have bad memories.
Oh? Is this someone who was famous that's saying that? You had bad memories? Was it the pressure of being famous? Did you not want to be famous? Like maybe you were... Oh.
They killed him.
So I had bad memories, and then it said they killed him. Did one of the famous people get killed? Well, that word, Killed? Did a famous person unfortunately get emmed? I can't see the words. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know who they are. So maybe somebody did who was famous. Unfortunately, did pass away by getting that word. Oh. I'm gonna try. My body's around here.
My body's around here.
So, sorry, it's a little shaky. Oh, wow. Girl.
Girl.
A girl? So there's a girl here now that might be famous. You know what's the sad thing about the site? I was trying to tell them if it was any way for me to make it easier to find out if it's a child, like a younger person, or, you know, by age. But they'd never updated that, so that's a bummer. So I'm just trying to think, maybe I typed in the word M in the bio, but it's of course regarding to what they were in the film. But I'm going to keep going. Oh, there's this one. Barbara Ann. She died very young, but it was a him. They killed him. So, hold on. Maybe Ann? I don't know. And then another one. Fred. And there's many. Oh, okay.
Please be careful here.
There's also Walter Overall.
Stay.
Stay. I'm staying. So even though they're being nice and letting me be cautious about maybe there's something dark here, maybe because I did type in the M word in the bio, maybe I should go away from that. All right, there you go. So I'm pretty sure there's possibility of a few unfortunate famous people that did get harmed. And just so you know, I do have other tools to use, and they're called motion detectors at the very far left corner by my closet door. So if you want to do that, you can set them off. It'll probably spook me. And if you're a little girl, I do have a child seat with a cat ball and a ghost stuffy. If you want to play. So the thing is, was the girl famous, as in when she started being famous, she was acting when she was a child, but she probably passed away when she was an adult? Or was the girl somebody was famous, but unfortunately didn't live long?
Did you hear my voice?
Sadly, I did not hear your voice, but it's a possibility that the camera could have picked it up that I unfortunately did not hear. But it is very rare for us to unfortunately hear your voice. So right now, I'm just going to go through this list with me typing in girl. See if anybody has the age of a young girl. Otherwise, there's many women that have played girls or have the title of the movie that they're in with the girl.
They've upset me.
Is this somebody who was famous and the industry or the bigger ups upset you? It just said they upset me. Because I know that, again, having that pressure of being famous, the higher ups tend to push you. Oh, bone?
Bone.
Bone. Someone has someone's picking on your bone or something. What's that phrase? There's a phrase with bone. Yeah. Oh, I found a child. She was only 4 years old. This little girl right here, her name would not be on the list, by the way, because it's very hard to get that name. But she passed away at age 4, and she was a child actress. Oh, she appeared in with Shirley Temple. Aw, her name was later cut from the credits for no apparent reason. That's messed up. So her dress caught fire from a lighted candle on October 31st, 1939. She passed away from the injuries on November 3rd.
My name is Victoria.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about that little girl. Oh. Hello, Victoria. I get a lot of Victoria. Let me just see if you are somebody who was famous. There's 222 that reside there, but let's go to the famous tag and narrow it down to one. Victoria Horn. Here's Victoria Horn. She passed away at age 91. And, oh.
Murder.
Murder. Oh, interesting. Well, she did appear in movies that were related to that. I mean, it says right there. Meet the Killer, yeah. So she was an actress. So hello, Victoria. If this is you, can you light up the EMF meter to orange? Well, I'm pretty sure this might be her because it's the only Victoria that appears to be on the famous tag. And again, I believe that some famous spirits have been emmed. I had to check time, by the way. All right, we're good. We're okay on time. So, are you enjoying this session? Again, there was a lot of famous people that have unfortunately passed away and reside in this particular cemetery. So I may not be able to get to everybody.
My name is Harry.
Hello, Harry. I have a gut feeling there's a Harry that's famous. And there's probably more than one. And there is more than one. There's 10. It says right here. 10. So hello, Harry. If you're one of the 10, thank you for coming through. So I'll go from the bottom and up. Harry Wright, Harry Womack, Harry Shink, Harry Robinson, Harry Pollard, Harry Miller, Harry Kerr, Harry Hayden, Harry Beresford, Harry Beaumont. So those are the 10 that list with the name Harry. I'm not going to be able to click on all of these, so I will just have to do a link so others can click on your names later to see what you were. Or maybe you can tell me what you were. What were you famous for, Harry? Can we narrow it down? I mean, there's a lot of actors and musicians, senators, congressmen. So that's why I think that this is not a malfunction. I think it was actually,
I was executed.
I don't know about that. Maybe was that something you did when you were filming? You had to have a scene where you were executed? Oh.
Shot.
So somebody did that to you to execute you? Whoa. Okay, so is this like a clue? I have to go through each one now? Boy, this is gonna be tough.
I'm feeling tired.
If you're feeling tired, you can take a break. That's fine. There are others that can step in and communicate with me. I'll do my best to look for the Harry that may have been SHOT. I do apologize. But if you lived long, I'm just going to skip those ones. So if you pass away before hitting 50, I'm assuming maybe, yeah, there's a lot of ones that are past the 75, so that's good. You lived a long life. Harry Pollard passed away when he was 55. But it doesn't say how he passed away. Nope, nothing on Robinson either. So I do apologize. I am trying, but it's getting very hard to... Wait, Harry Womack was only 28. So Harry Womack was a singer, composer, and musician.
I'm afraid for you.
I'm trying to find out why he passed away. It doesn't say. But he definitely passed away very young. I don't know. It doesn't say. But here's the picture of the group singers. Again, Harry Womack. Again, 28. So here, there you go. That could have been one of the ones that may have been shot. I don't know. Well, it did say that they were tired. If you need me to take a break and then maybe see about going to part 2, I can. No, get out. Okay.
No, get out.
So maybe that's a sign. Either there's somebody bad, because it did say I'm afraid for you, and there's a spirit that's not supposed to be here, and someone's saying no, get out. Or they're telling me to get out. If you're telling me to get out, as in end this session, can you tap a capo? And I'll go ahead and end it. Oh.
Others are scared.
So is there somebody here that isn't supposed to be here, and there's spirits that are being scared by that whatever that's here? Because it just said others are scared. So I guess, yeah, listen to the spirits. If you're not allowed to be in here for some reason and they're saying to get out, please get out. But see how it hasn't trying to focus on anything? And right before that first capo went off, it zoomed in and zoomed out. I feel like it was trying to be in the photo, aka the frame. Not sure who it was, but could have been somebody who was famous. While I'm waiting, is Walt Disney spirit residing at that cemetery? I mean, I know he can be anywhere, including, you know, all of his amusement parks, and his home, but is he residing sometimes at that Stewart? I'm pretty sure he is. Hello, Stewart. I don't have anybody that popped up with that famous tag, Stewart. Sorry. Maybe you were a character. Maybe that was your character's name, Stuart. But if I do Stuart, there are 46 without the famous tag. So welcome, Stuart. If you're one of these, can't go through them all. You are gentle? Okay.
You are gentle.
Oh, whoa, nice. Cool. Well, thank you, Stuart, for setting off the capel again. Or maybe Stuart was the one that set it off at the very beginning, too. Yeah? Oh. Okay, so Stuart. Oh, shoot. Oh.
No, get out.
Wait, I'm confused. You want me to get out? I did say tap a capel if you want me to leave. But then I did ask if it was Stuart that set off the capel earlier. And that's like, are you confirming? Don't, okay, if you're trying to tell Stuart to get out, please don't. He's the one tapping the capel. He's having fun. See? Right? You're having fun. This might be a little kid. It's maybe Stuart's a little child.
Jess.
Jess wants to say hi too? Or is it Stuart Jess? I do have Stuart Jesse. So Stuart Jesse Moulin, Moulin, was 72. And his parents were Jesse. Did I find you? Even though you might not be famous, but did I find you? Possibly. And just for the sake of things, I will type in Jess. Just pure Jess and famous tag and see if anybody pops up. I have different names with the Jess. I got a Jasmine, but it's like Jessamine. I can't pronounce. Yeah. Milner. And we have Jessie Brown Culmer, who looks like an actress. And we have Jessie with the S last name. Explore. Okay. So she was born 1892 to 1985. She was, again, Jessie Brown, Kalmar. She was never mind. She was a professional dancer. Okay. It's a good thing I explored that, because she's like, I'm not an actress. I mean, I may look like one, but I'm not one. I'm a dancer. So, welcome, if this is her. I don't really know, sadly, what they mean by explore. But if you happen to be able to visit that cemetery in Glendale, California, called Forest Lawn Memorial Park, and you're able to explore, you should check out the names that popped up and just say hi. So walk by, say hi. Walk by, say hi, right? I unfortunately don't think I'll ever be able to, but maybe somebody who happens to be in that vicinity of that area could. Like? So you like that idea? You like when people visit you? And stop by to say hey? And, maybe say a few words with you? I mean, I don't know. How often do you get visitors? Just like when you were living a lot? Or do they like to explore? Maybe that person, which was a Jess, maybe they like to explore. That's another option. I'm trying to think of being a detective brain here, trying to think of other ways to write that off. There are some Jesses here with that name, Jess, but they do not have the famous tag. There are some Jess. There's a lot. Unfortunately, too many. So it says right here. So I don't think I can. Sorry, it's going to take too long to find a Jess, but hello Jess, if you are here and you happen to reside in the Forest Lawn Cemetery, thank you for saying your name. So again, unfortunately, there was nothing with the famous tag. I do apologize that you weren't tell.
Tell.
Well, I would like to tell your story. If there's somebody here that wants me to tell the story of their lives, or at least maybe let them know who you are. And again, Stewart. I'm just testing because it's like saying Walter Smith and the cat ball goes off. Stewart, you were the one that tapped the cat ball at the very beginning. So are you still the one that likes to tap the cat ball? I just wish I knew who you were. I mean, what you were famous for if you were famous. Or maybe you weren't famous at all. Maybe you were just someone who happened to have somebody in the family that was famous. Because there's 46 of them. You could be one of them.
I'm happy for you to stay.
Is that for me? Are you glad I didn't end it? Even though I do need to end it because it's getting to my 1 hour mark? That's usually what they like to do. They like to tease me and be like, yeah, no, I don't want you to end it, even though I know you have to end it. But I'm going to give you guys maybe 5 more minutes, and then if you really truly need me to do part 2, because it is a big cemetery, I can come back after having a nice meal. So you like that idea? Maybe just wrap things up and then see about part 2? There's so many that want to speak, I'm sure. And if you do this again, oh, thank you. I swear they. Aw, thank you for tapping the cat ball again. I move things.
I move things.
You did move that. I mean, you must have moved it even though it didn't look like it moved, but it did. So the only way for someone to make that light up is if they tap it or move it. So somebody just informed me about that. Cool, thank you. Just when I was about to end it, good thing I stayed, huh? Thank you. So again, we have famous people that reside there that, with the lovely Googling it, includes, again, Walt Disney, supposedly Michael Jackson, Elizabeth Taylor, and many others. Humphrey Bogart, Clark Gable, Carol Lombard, Michael Jackson, which I just said, Elizabeth, I'll say that. Okay, hold on. I'm reading other little things. Oh. Okay. Cool. So like I said, it's a very, very, very big cemetery, so I might have to stop so I can have food in my stomach, and then I can let them continue to out. See, they want me out. Like, go ahead, end part 1, go out, and then come back. Okay, well, if that's the case, if you're here and you're telling me to go out, I will. Again, whoever's tapping the cat ball, thank you. Maybe Stuart. Is it Stuart? Stuart, is this you? Tapping that cat ball? Can you light up the EMF meter? Or tap a cat ball? Or if you really truly want me out to like end and not have part 2. You're like, we're done. Nah, I don't want that. I want to continue. I feel like they're having fun. Letting me know. Predict. So you predict that we're going to have another session, part 2? You're like, we know you're going to do it. Yeah, probably. Because I had the time. All right, then. Thank you to all the famous souls that have come through. And even if you weren't, unfortunately, listed as famous, you do reside in a cemetery with famous people. And the majority of the names that came through did happen to appear in this very large cemetery. And I think they do want you to take a trip over there if you can and visit their headstones and say hi. And then maybe you can also find a grave to find out what they did, if you're not sure what they did. So one more word and then I have to get out so I can eat and have Evelyn. Of course it's Evelyn. Evelyn, hey. Hey, girl. I don't know. I feel like we're pals. We're pals? Evelyn? You seem to pop up a lot in my session. So, Edward. Okay. Edward. So, I got Edmund at the very beginning, and now I'm getting Edmund at the very end. Hello, Edmund. Edward. Sorry. Got a little distracted. Trying to make it easy for me. And there are 12 Edwards. Of course, there would be Edwards. Of course. We do have Edward Clark. Edward Cokes. I can't even. Cox. Anyways. Edward Curtis. Edward Doheny. I'm butchering these last names. Edward Griffith. Edward Horton. Edward Ingram. Edward Kaufman. Edward Kull. Edward Lincoln. Edward Newville. Edward Sloman. All right. So here's the list. I'm going back up. There's a lot of you. Oh, Keppel. So, thank you, Edward. And I bet you there is Evelyn here, too. Evelyn, there's one Evelyn. And somebody's holding on to that capel. Is this Evelyn? Can you let it go if this is Evelyn? I'll show you. Okay. So there's Evelyn Duncan. Right? Evelyn Duncan. She was 79. Edmund again. Edmund. Hello, Edmund. Or maybe it's Edmund that was lighting up the capel. So, oh, wow. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Okay. I have to wrap it up. I'm so sorry. Okay? All right. So I got a call. I got to go. Do apologize to all the ones that were here that were trying to say it. But I do indeed have, again, yeah, I got to go. Thank you. I'll do part 2 later, okay? Bye. Thank you for saying bye-bye with the cat ball. I gotta go. Maybe you were trying to warn me. Oh, they did say predict that I had to leave. Dang it, and they were coming through. Okay, bye. Can you let it go so I can go? Can you let that cat ball, can you release it, please? Thank you. Bye.